Good, beautiful morning, everybody, and welcome to the Friday edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul. My name is William Michael Forbes. I'm a spiritual medium, a channel, and an intuitive life coach. And today I was asked to allow information to flow through with regard to responsible awakening. I asked, what do they mean by responsible awakening? And basically what they're saying is that your thoughts, your body, your emotions are under your dominion. And if you are unable to manage or regulate your thoughts and your biology, then you're going to be facing some difficult times. Responsible awakening is about being able to take command and authority over what you shall think or not think, what you shall feel or not feel. This is something that you have the opportunity to be in charge of now. A lot of people do not understand the power of your thoughts, your judgments about yourself or other people, the situations and circumstances occurring on the planet certainly require a level of open-mindedness and an awareness of the truth that few people really understand. Your thoughts create your circumstances. The circumstances you are finding yourself in right now originate with beliefs and ideas that were put in your mind. Responsible awakening is being able to recognize and identify those thoughts, those ideas, those memories, those emotions that serve you and those which do not. Learning how to filter out ideas and beliefs that are not life-serving, and recognizing what thoughts, what ideas, and ultimately what behaviors represent awakening. Now, the definition of awakening they've given me is being able to realize that you are one with an infinite source. You're one with the divine. That you are able to achieve that level of awareness through meditation and certain practices. But responsible awakening means that you need to take authority over your thoughts and not give that authority over to other things like your technology. Don't give your mind over to anything. The only thing you want to give your mind over to is the divine. You want to give your mind over to God, the divine, whatever you want to call that consciousness. You want to learn to give your mind over to God. You can, in the interim, while you're on that journey of finding the divine within yourself, is at least begin the process of evaluating what you're going to think and say before you think or say it. You need to become a guardian over your mind, because if you don't become a guardian over your mind, then the world will control and manipulate you, as it is doing with many right now. The people that are in positions of authority, power, and control that gain great benefit and power from submitting others to their will is a terrible thing. There are a handful of individuals on this planet, relatively speaking, and compared to the rest of the population, that are actually controlling everything that's happening. Everything you see, everything you hear is regimented very specifically and precisely. Your cell phones, your computers, all these things present to you those things that are going to keep you trapped in a certain line of thinking, feeling, and believing that prevent you from knowing what is God's will for you. Or if you want to substitute the word God for the word love, what is love's will for you? We are at a stage where we're watching and bearing witness to people believing that it's okay to be violent and aggressive, that that's somehow going to be productive and good. And it's not. I'm looking at people screaming at each other for no reason other than uncontrolled emotions, which, again, you've been manipulated into having uncontrolled emotions. Many people have been manipulated into having uncontrolled emotions, because you cannot think or reason if your emotions are not under your authority. And a lot of people believe that they have no power, that they can't think, they can't reason, they can only react. And so you need to become the guardian of what you're going to let your mind think, what you're going to say, and what you're going to do. Responsible awakening means you stand as an unmovable guardian over the thoughts that you are going to let your mind think and the ideas you're going to let yourself dwell on. You must become the guardian. First and foremost, you must take responsibility for your mind and your body. Otherwise, others will take that authority from you, and it's already been done. You know, the mass vaccination program that's happened in the world for the last 70 years has done horrific damage to the human genome and certainly harmed a lot of people along the way. And I'm being told not to discuss that too deeply. Just stay focused on the realization that you must become a guardian over what you will let your mind think and what you will let yourself speak or imagine. When you have enough control and command over your own thoughts, your own mind, your own emotions, your own body, when you've achieved enough control, you can then begin to surrender to a higher power. And getting to an understanding of what that is, it's you're going to have to be patient with yourself. You're going to be kind with yourself. You're going to be gentle with yourself. So that's the first step. The divine will meet you halfway. Start getting rid of your anger, your fear, your guilt, your shame. Remove all thoughts that do not support nor sustain the function of love in your life. Be immovable in what you will allow your mind to think or what you will let others give you, because people will give you ideas to think and believe. This politician's good, this politician's bad. Eat this food, don't eat that food. Things go better with Coke. You know, all this stuff that's been put into your mind to make you think, feel, say, believe, and do, according to somebody else's idea of what you should think, feel, say, believe, and do. And so responsible awakening means that you first have to take command and authority over your own mind. It would be really prudent to consider turning your technology off and engaging yourself more in wanting to know the source of your life. Like, seriously, question, what is beating your heart right now? Does that not bear some importance to you, that something inside your body is beating your heart right now? Very few people ever question that. You just assume that your heart's beating, but you don't normally think about it. But there's an intelligence operating your heart. And it keeps you alive and in this world as long as that heart continues to beat. Do you want to know that consciousness? Do you really want to know the intelligence that is beating your heart right now? Most people don't stop to listen. Are you willing to? Are you willing to pause and consider, what is this that gives my body life? To deeply and intimately go into that place within yourself. Put your technology away. Close the doors to a room. Sit down quietly. Go inside. Go inside and really explore that intelligence that's beating your heart right now. Like, your brain will go, oh, just 72 beats a minute. My heart's just beating in a rhythm and blah, blah, blah. Don't let your mind negate this exploration. Responsible awakening means that you have to become more aware of your mind, more aware of the body and how to take care of them. It's a very important time. And a lot of people are manipulated, emotionally manipulated. There's a lot of it going on right now. It was not a complex or difficult thing to consider, but you really do need to understand that if you do not stand as the guardian over your mind, then the world will control your mind. The people in positions of power will control your thinking, as they're doing. They'll control your choices, what you're going to eat, what you're going to drink, when you're going to eat it, when you're going to drink it. Rise and shine, 7 a.m. There's conditioning and programming that's going into sustaining and maintaining the human collective unconscious in a framework that restricts it from fully and completely being able to articulate its divinity. Because there are a handful of individuals that gain great benefit from your suffering, from your enslavement to certain beliefs and ideas. You've been enslaved. Responsible awakening means you do not allow, even what you hear coming through this one, you do not allow any thoughts, ideas, or beliefs to simply be accepted by you. You question them, you measure them, you weigh them carefully to ensure that they deserve a place in your sacred temple. Your mind and your body are sacred temples. And you need to really ensure that whatever you put into the system is worthy of the best of yourself, that you only allow the best in your mind, the best in your body, the things that you eat and drink. It's a difficult gambit to play, but you can win it if you understand that there's different types of things you can eat that will bring your body to a higher state of consciousness, and there's different things that you can think that will bring your mind to a higher state of consciousness. But you have to decide that. You must exercise your own free will or surrender that function to your telephone or the movies or something outside of yourself. 9 to 5, working 9 to 5. Remember that song, Dolly Parton, 9 to 5? You've been conditioned and programmed to think, feel, and believe that your life is supposed to be the way it is. And until you begin to question it, you're going to be just following the programming and conditioning that's been provided to you by the things that stimulate your senses: television, radio, entertainment. And remember, your friends and your family, they've all been watching the same shows and participating in the same things, generally speaking. So it's a pretty intimate trap that has the vast majority of people stuck in this endless loop of conditioning and programming and convincing you that you're somehow free. When they came to me this morning and said, responsible awakening, watch your thoughts. Watch where you get your thoughts from. Really, watch where you get your thoughts from. Don't let any thoughts in your mind that do not deserve a place in your life, because whatever thoughts you incorporate into your consciousness, you will incorporate into your life. Indeed, if you look around at your life right now, it is in fact a composite of all the thoughts that you've acquired from this world, all the beliefs, all the ideas that you've been given by this world. And you need to start the process of questioning whether these thoughts that you have been given are true or false, beneficent or harmful. You must make that determination. If you continue to allow the world to define what you should think, feel, or believe, then you will be defined by the world. And you're seeing a lot of people that are feeling out of control and afraid and angry. It's because they've given their mind over to somebody else's beliefs. They've given their mind up. And very few people question why they think the way they think, why you say what you say. How often do you question it? You really need to question it. Anyway, responsible awakening is literally about the process of becoming a guardian over your mind and your body. And if you're parents, then you should be a guardian over your child's mind and body. Not just let anybody randomly give your children thoughts and beliefs that you have not had a chance to evaluate. So a lot of people are talking about these end times that we're in right now, that there's a lot of things that are occurring. And I'm told that these are not the end times, it's the end of a time. And the end of the time is the end of the deception, the evil, the cruelty, let's say the dark agenda from these demonic forces that have invaded humanity over the last 2,000 years since the murder of one of humanity's saviors. And I just want you to understand you must be responsible for that. I want to keep this as simple as I could in the context of what they said. Responsible awakening. Watch your thoughts. Watch your memories. Watch your emotions. You're in charge now. Nobody else ever was, but you can give other people the authority. But choose carefully. Yes. So good morning, everybody. Hi. Hello, Rising Sun 789. They're really insistent on this, that you must become the guardian. Please understand that any thought that you entertain in your mind becomes a part of your creative and experiential reality. If you harbor angry thoughts, you will cultivate angry experiences. If you cultivate beautiful thoughts, you'll cultivate beautiful experiences. And if you do not understand that you have the authority and power at any point of time and space to alter and change what thoughts are in your mind at any time, or what behaviors you're going to enact, you always have the authority to alter and change your thoughts, your words, and your actions. You are designed to be that authority. And if you're not going to take that authority, then that authority will be given you by the conditioning and programming that's been propagated on everybody. Yeah. Question from Rising Sun. Is there any easy way to remove intrusive thoughts or practice besides meditation? Well, a couple of things that they taught us. In fact, they gave this one to my wife, who shared this with our students in our master classes. If you find yourself with intrusive or disturbing thoughts that come to your mind, observe the thought and then ask this question: I wonder what I'll think of next. If you've got any thoughts right now that are intrusive or bothersome and you're aware of it, just simply look at the thought and make the statement: I wonder what I'll think of next. And a funny thing will happen when you do that. The thoughts will stop. So that's a simple way that you can begin the process of shifting away from the subjectivity you might have to negative thoughts and emotions that have been put into your mind prior to your being aware that you had a choice over them. Remember, between ages 0 and 7, you really don't have much choice about what gets put in your mind. And what gets put in your mind will have consequences and effects in your behavior and in the experience you have in this physical world. But that's the simplest step. When you have a negative or intrusive thought, look at it and just simply say, I wonder what I'll think of next. And watch what happens. I don't know if you're watching. If you got intrusive thoughts, you got negative thoughts in your mind, look at it and ask the question, I wonder what I'll think of next. And then leave a comment in the comment section about what happened to you if you did that. I wonder what I'll think of next. Hi, Drusilla. If you put your focus on your throat chakra, you will stop thinking. That's a really good one too. I like that. Wonderful. Good morning, Amanda. Good to see you. Hi, TikTok family. So I'm just going to try and prevent this from wiggling all over the place. Any questions or considerations? There we go. So remember, responsible awakening, right? You need to become the guardian. Do not allow any thought to occupy a place in your mind unless you know that that thought will be beneficent for you and others. Question what you've been taught to believe. We are in very transformative times on this planet, and not one human individual in this world can escape participation. Every single one of you is participating in what is unfolding, both the good and the not so good. You have the opportunity, when you take command and authority over what you will think, say, and do, that you can remove or filter out any negative influences that could pose problems for you if you are not conscious of them. Right? But you got to become conscious. Oh, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. Scrolling down here. Hi. Hang on, I want to see this comment here. Tugmu Ludon is saying, forgive and move on. You have a nice day. Don't be sad. Don't worry. God is with us. That's such a beautiful comment. It's funny that comment was filtered. Isn't that interesting? That this comment, don't worry, God is with us, would be filtered. Why would that be filtered on TikTok? I wonder. Right. Hello, Amanda. Hello, William. I want to flow healing to my father-in-law's puppy. Would like to ask Master Jesus and Archangel Raphael, how many days should I visit him? I'm getting, the first thing I got up was 2 days, and then it shifted to 3. It started out as 2, and then it shifted to 3. It depends completely on the clarity of your intention. Certainly asking Ascended Master Jesus, Archangel Raphael, to come into the situation can prove very beneficial, even if you choose not to go and visit, to bring forth their love and their grace to manage that which you yourself do not believe you can manage. Will be a very good lesson for you to realize that there are those that you can turn to, such as Jesus, Raphael, and God, and others, that you can defer to the wisdom and knowledge and judgment of those that know better, right? But you still have to make that discernment too. Yeah, puppy's going to be okay. To remove, yes, there we go. Yes, thank you. To remove negative influence here at our home. Yes. Yes. Iris is asking, is my skeleton fear-free? Thank you, William. If I scan your energy, you still have to go into the energy of the marrow of your bones. Iris, go into the energy within the marrow of your bones. You have the ability to do that with your awareness. You can move your awareness to any point of time and space that you wish to. That move your awareness into the marrow within the bones and communicate to the marrow that you extend love and grace into every molecule of the marrow of the bones. Extend love and grace into every molecule within the marrow of your bones. That will remove any residual elements of fear that still exist within the skeletal system, as the marrow is primarily the foundation for many different functions in the body. So going to the molecular level of the marrow and simply communicating to it that it's you're transmitting love and grace into every molecule in the marrow of the bones will shift your situation and circumstances quite rapidly. But remember that statement, to extend love into every molecule within the marrow of your bones. Think about that. Go into the energy of that you are extending love into every molecule within the marrow of your bones. That should do the trick there. Oh, you're very welcome, Amanda. Thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Everything you can do to support this channel is helpful. Thank you so much. Now, I have one more class of our Masterclass 104 that we do our closing. We finish up our Masterclass 104 today. And I want to remind everybody, you've got about a week's time now to get registered for and prepared for Masterclass 101 Awakening, which begins Saturday, October the 10th with the orientation. And I highly encourage you, if you want to learn to connect to your guides, your angels, and get engaged in a system of practice and that will elevate your energy out of the old self into the new. And by that, what do we mean? That you're no longer subjective to the thoughts, memories, and emotions from your past. Because that's where most people are trapped right now. Most people are trapped in their mind, trapped in their memories, trapped in their emotions from the past. And you want to learn the simple, easy to follow practices that can allow you to liberate yourself from your thoughts, your memories, and your emotions, and then begin to generate new ideas and beliefs. You want to learn to shift your energy from what it was to what you are. And what is it that you are? You are love. You'll get introduced to connecting to your guides and your angels, ascended masters. It's a 3-week program. It's a very intensive program. There's a live event every day from Sunday to Friday for a 3-week period, 1 to 2 hours each day, where you will be working with our mediums, with our holistic nutritionist and myself, where you will get an opportunity to reteach your mind and body to be your servants and not your master. That's the simplest way I can put it, but I know this without any exceptions. Anybody who's ever come into our masterclass series, their lives have been changed profoundly for the better. And yours can be changed profoundly for the better too. You did not come into this world to suffer. You came into this world to learn creation. You are in fact a divine creator. You really are. You are a divine creator. Hi. Pamela's asking, good morning. Please ask for my physical healing. I'm still not feeling well. Okay, so you're referring to your body. So what I'm going to ask you to do, Pamela, is take your 2 hands. And I want you to put both hands over the heart center of the body, which is around the middle, right around here. Not over the physical heart, but over the heart center of the body. Let yourself feel the vibration of energy between the hands and the heart. You want to feel the connection in consciousness between the hands and the heart. As you feel that energetic connection that starts to happen, once you put your hands here, you start to feel the flow of energy. You might perceive it or label it as heat. Doesn't matter what you label it. It's a connection and energy between you and your heart. And as you allow yourself to feel that connection, simply communicate to the heart, only love enters this space. Only love leaves this space. Divine grace is mine. Divine grace is mine. And just let yourself sit with the energy of those thoughts. Only love may enter this space. Only love may leave this space. Divine grace is yours. Divine grace is yours. Communicate that. Divine grace is mine. Communicate that in your heart. Divine grace is mine. And it should take about 30 seconds of that, Pamela, and you'll start to feel a shift in the energy. Yes. Yes, Master Jesus will help you with that. You're very welcome. Hi, Kathy. Good to see you. Thank you, Kathy, for your support. Really love it. Thank you so much. Yeah, can you pick up a previous life for me, perhaps? Yes, we can definitely do that. If you want an in-person reading, you can go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com, and check out the section on readings, and you can book a session, an intimate session with me. That will give you an opportunity to go deeply into what you are here for, what's your purpose, what's your reason for being, who's working with you, the guides, the angels, the ascended masters. But ultimately, yes, so to bring me back to this understanding, irrespective of what you choose to do, you must assume authority and responsibility over your awakening. Stop leaving your awakening to the responsibility of the world around you. Become a guardian of your mind. This is the most important consideration. Become a conscious guardian over your mind. Do not let your mind think anything that you would not want to be part of your experience. If you're going to think angry thoughts, then anger will become part of your experience. If you're going to think joyful thoughts, then joy will become part of your experience. But you must become conscious that you are the gatekeeper of your own mind. Do not give that authority to anybody else. Certainly do not give it to your technology. Do not give authority to something outside of yourself. Right? Really important. Right. Hello, Jenny Justice. Infrequently, my whole life, I wake up after sleeping in a haze, residual physical humming bliss. I have no recall, though, of dreaming, etc. Do you know what this experience is? If I tune into your energy, again, they're telling me that you're getting caught up in the physical symptoms of what's happening. The question you need to ask is, what is that I'm wanting to know within me now? You're being caught up in the physical symptoms of the haziness, the fog. Forget that. Forget the body. Put the body aside. What is it that you need to know right now? That you need to really get into that. What you really need to know right now. That's such a beautiful guided healing, William. Can anybody do this? Yes. Everything they give to anybody, if you're on these live shows, then you know that many times people have been healed during these live events. And yeah, you can absolutely use that. If you feel a resonance with that, then by all means, it will work for you. If you feel, oh, that sounds really good, then apply it, experiment and explore, be responsible in your awakening. And try it. Try that out for yourself. Turn your attention, put your hands over your heart center. Do that right now. Let's why don't we do that together. Put your hands over the heart center. Right? Feel the energy flowing there. Just get connected to the heart. Feel the energy that starts to build. As soon as you put your hands here, you'll start to feel an energy building between your hands and the heart. And that's because you're now bringing your awareness to your heart. And as you get closer to that awareness, you can literally, again, I'm paraphrasing now because when things come through, they usually happen in the moment, but you can turn to the heart and say, I am restored, I am whole, I am complete, and I invite the divine into my life. Invite the divine into your life. Too many people are inviting man stuff, things that we've made up, but invite the divine into your life. Even if you do not know what that is or what that means, invite the divine into your life. Or if you want to substitute the word divine with the word God, or you want to substitute the word God with Jesus, do that. But make a conscious decision to connect to the heart and make that manifestation. Invite the divine into your life now, right now. And some really wonderful things are going to start to happen. Really wonderful things will begin to happen when you consciously, deliberately invite the divine, God, Jesus, into your life. You make that invitation. Watch what happens. Question: who are my spirit guides, and what do they want me to know. Hello, Captain Redbeard. If you've been listening, then you understand that we are advocating today responsible awakening, which means that you, of your own free will, must first and foremost stand at the gateway of your own mind and only allow thoughts and ideas to enter into your consciousness that will of course be beneficent for you and others. You must become very mindful that whatever thoughts you will choose to hold in your mind, even the thoughts from your past, will create experiences in your present. And you need to really understand this. You need to become free of this. Your guides and your angels will begin to work with you. First, you must take responsibility. They want you to first and foremost get your mind, because a lot of people want their guides and angels to do it for you. That's not what it's about. They can work with you. You still have to do the heavy lifting. You have to be the one that takes authority over what you're going to let your mind think. You have to be the one that discards thoughts and beliefs that do not serve your best interests or the interests of others. You must be the one that consciously makes the decision to move your life towards expressions of love, compassion, gratitude, creativity, patience, perseverance, kindness. You must make that determination. Do not let yourself be led by the world. So responsible awakening, like really taking authority over what you're going to think. But yeah, your guides and angels will start to work with you. So that now you know, now you understand. Pamela's saying, thank you, I feel better. It's not that difficult. Thank you so much for sharing that, Pamela. It's really important. Yes. So I'm being told to tell you, unnecessary complexity is the greatest toxic consideration. Unnecessary complexity. Much of what you get from your scrolling through the internet and stuff, unnecessary complexity, thinking about this and thinking about that, and you are distracted. Your energy is fragmented, and you need to come back to yourself, to the present moment. You need to do this. Come back to yourself in the present moment and learn to stand guard over your mind. Do not let the world make you. You know, for many people, you have to unmake yourself. You have to remake yourself. Hi, Jasmine. Love this content and healing. So much love to everyone. Thank you so much, Jasmine. It's wonderful. Yeah, there's a different energy here today. Can you pick up a previous life for me? Yeah, we already established. Definitely can do that. Hi. Hi. Thank you for liking, subscribing, sharing, and following. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing the live. God of the universe has a website, Christianity. It's secure and protected. That's really good. I love that. You know, when you believe in God and you believe in Christ, yes, then you are on a rock that's unmovable, right? Thank you for sharing that. That's a beautiful thought. You're all saved. Thank you. And Satan can't penetrate his passcode. That's absolutely true. The closer you are to love, the less influence darkness has over you. How many guides do you have? Well, it depends on the situation and circumstance for people, but guides can fluctuate from 1 to 10 or 15, depending upon the nature of your circumstances and what it is you're aspiring to be or do. The vast majority of people aren't even aware they have guides or angels, but they can sense that there's something they need to help them. But the vast majority of people don't even know they have guides or angels that they can call on. Right? But you do. You have guides and angels that will work with you if you're open and receptive to listening and hearing and feeling. Hello, Annie. William, what's the difference between fallen angels and demons? Any words for me? This is a really good question. I'm being told that fallen angels and demons are the same thing. They're not different. They're just given different terms, but they're the same thing. A fallen angel becomes demonic because it's fallen from the grace of love, right? Angelic implies that one is closer to God, therefore closer to love. A fallen angel is one who's fallen from love, fallen from grace, and therefore will live from fear. Remember, when you move away from the spectrum of love, you start to go towards the spectrum of fear. So there's only two energies creatively that humans can engage in. One is love and the other is fear. An angel that shifts away from love towards fear becomes a fallen angel, becomes demonic, becomes a dark force. That does not remove the possibility of redemption. And by redemption, we mean that the ability always resides within your will to choose to move your awareness away from fear back to love. So yes, a fallen angel, while they can become demonic in their expression, always retains the opportunity to shift back to God. None of you will be denied the opportunity to shift yourself back to God. None of you. It will always remain for you eternally to choose love or fear, God or the devil, good or evil. That choice is always available to every living soul in this dimension, whether you want to become conscious of your choice, which is about responsible awakening. If you want to become conscious of what you shall think, what you shall say, and what you shall do, and recognizing that what you think, what you say, and what you do is either a product of love or a product of fear. And each one will create experiences for you in its own way. So keep that in mind. You have this opportunity. Hi, Kimberly. Good to see you. William, I just want to say thank you for your beautiful courses. They have changed my life in so many ways. I can't wait to catch up. Thank you, Kimberly. Yeah, these courses are certainly life-changing. Thank you so much for sharing that thought. Again, I'll remind everybody, go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com. You got a week and a bit to enroll in Masterclass 101 Awakening, which is the beginning of our 4-step program, where you start off with awakening. Who are you? What is your mind? What is your body? What are your emotions? How do you use them? Or are you used by them? A lot of people feel like they're dragged around by their thoughts. They're dragged around by their emotions. And yet you have this ability to change them at will. And you can learn to do that. In 3 simple weeks, you will have a level of command and authority over your mind that you didn't think possible. And it's not that difficult. You came into this world to create. But yeah, thank you so much, Kimberly. I'm really grateful that it's impacted your life the way it is. Hello, Mary. William, yesterday's meditation was full of energy, but yesterday was the first time I actually felt tired. I went straight to sleep. Yeah, that will happen. When you start to bring in more love into your life, then love will start to reorganize even the molecular components of your biology and your environment. The vibration of love organizes matter, time, and space very differently than the energy of fear. They're very different energies, but you can choose one or the other, but you can't serve them both. But yes, when that happens, when you go into the meditation and it's really amazing, the body will start to be corrected and repaired. So don't be surprised if in some of the meditations, your awareness drops right off and you suddenly think you become unconscious. That's not actually what happens. Your body's just been put into a state where it's being restored, rejuvenated, re-energized, and revitalized. And that's what meditation ultimately does. Is it restores, rejuvenates, revitalizes. Yeah, and remember to just share, subscribe, like, and follow. And more importantly, if you want to give yourself a real gift or someone you love, sign them up for the masterclass. Your Father loves you. Yeah, so somebody's saying this statement, your Father loves you on TikTok. They're talking about God, the divine source that beats your heart right now. Think about it. If you ever have any doubt about whether or not you're loved, if your heart is beating, it's because there's love in you that gives you life. That love and life are the same thing. But God is within you. The kingdom of God is within you. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much. Satan of this world counterfeited thousands of fraudulent websites, religions from God's word. Yes, that's very true. The demonic forces on this planet, Satan, if we can use that term, evil, has created a plethora of distractions and confusions to pit people against each other, to have you doubt yourself, to not trust each other, which is why they came today to say it's important you understand responsible awakening by becoming the guardian over what you will let your mind think, what you will accept from other people as thoughts and ideas and beliefs. This is so important because the lower vibrational beings on this planet, the demonic forces, want you to be stuck in the enslavement of the body, the senses. They want you to be stuck there. God doesn't want you to be stuck in the body. Fee 444. Courses helped change my world. The meditations are magical. The courses are transformational. They certainly are. Thank you so much. Bridget has a question. Hi, William. Where is the inflammation in my right ear jaw stemming from? If it's the right ear, it's recent thinking for you, Bridget. If it's the higher up in the body is, the more recent, typically speaking, more recent the thoughts are. So you've got, again, what is the underlying emotion to the sensation? You're feeling discomfort or inflammation in the ear and it's uncomfortable. What is the emotion? Is it irritation? Is it annoyance? Is it anger? Is it frustration? Once you identify what the function of the emotion is, now you can alter and change the function of the emotion by the way you interact with it. So you can turn your attention to that irritation and say to the irritation, no matter how you feel, I love you anyway. Now, a fascinating thing happens when you start to love a part of yourself that's in pain. It's going to test you. So you might feel that discomfort in the ear, and you're saying to it, no matter how you feel, I'm willing to love you. And suddenly it will start to feel more pain and more discomfort. And it's going to test your assumption that you're really going to love it. And so you want to really do that. Like stay, no matter how intense or discomforting the pain might be, stay in the presence of love with your suffering. Jesus did this on the cross. He had to stay absolutely 100% focused in love and grace and forgiveness. Irrespective of the physical pain that he was enduring, he recognized that in order to make this ascension, he had to sustain and maintain the vibrational state of love at all costs, to not deviate from love, no matter how much physical pain he was going through, no matter how much fear he had, facing the idea of imminent death for his body. And he had to still stay focused and connected to grace and love at all times. So when you feel pain or discomfort in your body and you bring your love to it and you say, no matter how you feel, I love you, that pain might increase. The discomfort could get worse. And if you can sustain and maintain your love in the face of that discomfort, you will overcome it. You will overcome your suffering. So do that, Bridget, but it's got to do with recent thinking, some thoughts you've had about some things that are not as beneficent as they could be. Pamela saying, I also felt the need to go to sleep after the meditation ended. That's very understandable. Remember, meditation by nature is getting the mind and body into a state where they're not that active. You're putting your mind and body into a state that resembles sleep. That's what meditation does. It puts the mind and puts the body into a less active state. When that happens, the function of biological correction and repair begins to take over. Just like when you put your body to sleep at night, you lie down, you go to sleep. There's a point in the process of the body being asleep at night where it begins to correct and repair damages that have been incurred during the previous day, or weeks or months or years. The body will go into correction and repair. Meditation, it does the same thing, but at a higher level. In meditation, where you're deliberately and consciously putting your mind and body into a still, quiet, and open receptive state so that your mind and body are not active. They're just open and receptive to your awareness. At that point, you can begin to input into the body restoration, rejuvenation, revitalization. Once the mind and body are completely open and receptive to your awareness, you can, and that's what meditation does. It puts the mind and body to a place where the mind and body are open and receptive. And you can put into the mind and body as the soul that you are, you can give the mind and body ideas and information, and without the mind being resistant, being open and receptive, you can say to the body, every nerve, every organ, every gland is being restored, rejuvenated, revitalized, refreshed. You can, in the state where the mind and body are open and receptive, you can give them, the mind and body, ideas that will alter and change the function of the form. So you can turn around and say, this body is rejuvenated, revitalized, refreshed. And all of a sudden, because there's no resistance in the system, you start to feel this energy go through your body. You can bear witness as you say to the mind and body that's just sitting down quietly. You put the body in that state where it's just open and receptive, and you're saying to it, every nerve, every organ, every gland, every molecule in this body is being restored, rejuvenated, revitalized, refreshed. And you'll begin to feel the vibration. Some of you might be feeling it right now because we're transmitting that to you. Because once you begin to articulate a thought, you're articulating a function of energy that will induce changes into time, space, and matter. And so you want to get deeply into that. Go deeply into that. Go deeply into that. Meditation isn't about, hi, William, can I get guidance from Jesus? Thanks. Yeah. Love and patience. Also, I'm having a hard time staying asleep at night. Any suggestions from my guides? Again, your body is an instrument that's designed to follow your direction. So when you're lying in bed and you're having trouble sleeping at night, you want to alter and moderate the breathing of the body. That is, you want to slow the breath down. Really slow, like slow the breath down. Slow, deep breaths, because that stimulates in the body its sleep function. By slowing the breath down, you stimulate the body's automatic response to going into a sleep state. So that's the first thing you want to do, is you want to slow down the breath. Then with regard to thoughts and the emotions and memories and concerns that you have, just turn to the mind, the thoughts that are there, the emotions there, and say, be still, be still, be still. I am with you. Speak and think those words into your mind with all that thought and stuff going on. If there's confusion or annoyance or fear, just say to it, be still, be still, be still. I am with you. It's not complex. We like it very simple. You want things to be simple, not unnecessarily complex. So do that this evening. Put the body down, breathe it slowly. You must remember, you can direct your body. You can slow its breathing down. You can speed its breathing up. You have autonomy and authority over the flesh. It was given to you to have that authority over it. So when you put the body in bed at night, have the body breathe slowly and deeply. And as you're doing that, you can even tell the body, release, relax, let go. You can tell your body, release, relax, let go. And you can turn to the thoughts in your mind, and you can say to the thoughts in your mind, be still, be still, be still. I am with you. Do that right now. I encourage any of you to do that right now. In your mind, just go, be still, be still, be still. I am with you. And watch what happens. And let yourself feel what happens. Because once you start to experience how you can surgically use your own thoughts to change the function of your mind and body, it puts you in a whole other realm of opportunity when you realize that your thoughts are under your dominion, control, and authority, and they will influence your body, and they will influence your mind, and they will influence other people. Um, um, uplift God or my higher self. Yes, if you've been listening very carefully, you just got it. Thank you. I understand that I can feel the difference. No, with these last couple of meditations, they are different. Yes, because you're crossing a threshold. Remember, most people are subjective to the body's impulses. Most people are caught up in the senses of the body, and they believe that the senses of sight, sound, touch, taste, and smell govern and control what most people are going to say, think, or do. You want to get past that. You want to get free of being subjective to the body. Hi. Yes, I see that. Hello. Thank you for reposting that. I really appreciate it. Speak to God, love the Father. Even if you don't believe in God, there is an intelligence. There is an intelligence in your body. It's beating your heart right now. It's digesting your food. It's circulating your blood. It's coordinating the thousands upon thousands of biological processes, chemically speaking, that sustain and maintain all the various organs into a harmonious function with each other. That is occurring within your body right now. There's an intelligence in you, in your body, that is divine. And if you spend a bit of time each day going to that intelligence, go through the heart. Go through the heart. Get close to the heart and speak to your heart and say, awaken me, reveal to me the truth I need to know, show me the way. You can ask very specific things about this intelligence. It'll give you very specific answers. Hi. You're very, very welcome. Thank you for your contribution. Thank you so much. God's password, Luke 15:21. Father, I have sinned. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing that. Remember, the error, the function of sin, a lot of people, a lot of negative connotations attach to the word sin. And it basically means that you're not in alignment with what is best. You're not in alignment with love. Ultimately, that's what sin, from what I've been taught to understand, that sin is a deviation from love and a movement towards fear. Thank you. Yeah, well, we're lucky to have you here today, too. Thank you so much. Hello, Tammy. Good to see you. Hello. Had a meditation this morning and felt a collective love just saturated in it. Good for you. That's wonderful that you did that. When you choose to engage in the vibrational energy of love, even in the space of your own mind and body, you start to transmit and radiate that out to others. And you'll learn in the master classes directly from the ascended masters the different practices and understand the nuances to thought, memory, emotion that you can learn to move into a state of love and grace anywhere, anytime. Anybody can do this. Love is available to you at all times. Love is available to you at all times. You just have to remember that. Thank you. It's the transmuting energy from one form to another. Higher one. Thank you so much. Thank you for subscribing, Kathy. Really appreciate your support. Thank you so much. It's my fault, children, but God loves me. My ears felt heavy, feeling on left ear. Why? Because there's something trying to communicate what you need to hear. Right? You've got, yes, you have some underlying emotions that need to be released from your body. You've got some old emotions in your body that keep you trapped to the past. You need to release those old emotions from the body. And we store emotions. Everybody stores emotions in their body. You need to learn to release those emotions from your body. And there's a simple way of doing it. Lucky to have you here. What are my thoughts on the Schumann resonance and its impact on our bodies? Well, it's two ways. First of all, out there and in here are the same. The world that you experience, the world that we all experience, is happening within us and around us. Schumann resonance, again, is simply measuring the energetic effects of human collective emotion upon the function of creation in this dimension of time, space, and matter. That our emotions as a species, as individuals, coordinate and organize our experiences of matter. The vibrational state of happiness, for example, the state of happiness organizes matter. As you can see, a smile appears upon the face because the energy of happiness has been brought into the form, and the form takes on the shape of the emotional energy that is dominant in any given moment. And you always have the freedom of your own will to surrender fear and choose love. You always have that ability, always, without exception, to surrender fear and restore love. So what you're seeing planetarily, like the things that are happening with the planet, with politics, with the sun, with the planets, with the demonic forces, with the angelic forces that are in quite intense numbers on the planetary system right now, that we are all participants in this. And your love and your fear are orchestrating all your experiences. So emotionally speaking, we're bearing witness to what happens in the energetic effects of the planet. The Earth's magnetic field is affected by human collective unconsciousness. The way in which the sun interacts with the Earth is in response to the energetic exchange between the sun and the Earth. So the Earth reacts and responds to what we feel collectively as a species. And then the Earth transmits that awareness and information to the sun, and the sun reacts and responds. Emotions organize matter. Emotions organize matter. Hi. Can you correct the Christian belief that we are born in sin? Yes, you were actually born in love, not in sin. Sin is what comes after. Sin is what you acquire from this world, beliefs and ideas that go contrary to the laws of life, which is love. But yes, you can, if you substitute the idea that you're born in love with the idea that you're born in sin, consider that. Which one feels better to you? You're born in sin or you're born in love? Which feels true to you? Really give that some thought. Are you born in love or are you born in sin? Feel the difference in the energy. One will keep you bound in the lower vibrational state of fear, whereas the other will liberate you into the vibrational state of love. Right? You were born in love. Sin is what happens after the fact when you're given thoughts and beliefs and ideas from your environment that do not serve life. You're taught to eat improperly. You're not taught to take care of your body. You're not taught good values. If those things happen, then you will deviate into what's called sin. And sin simply means off the mark. So what you're thinking, feeling, saying, and doing, is it in alignment with the laws of life, with love? Question. I feel so much better eating keto meat. Am I able to move forward spiritually even though I feel better eating meat? Absolutely. As long as what you are consuming is done with love and grace in it, and I'm getting a strong yes that you're doing this from a perspective of wanting to restore your body to its natural divine state. And in the biological realm, in the human realm, biologically speaking, there are humans that are carnivores, and there are humans that are herbivores. There are humans that are fructarians, omnivores. There's different functions of human biology that require different types of eating lifestyles, and you need to figure out which one is best for your body, because you may be in an animal body, because your body's an animal body, but your animal body might need more meat. Your animal body might need more fruit. Your animal body might need more vegetables. Your body might need a collection of those different things. But in the human kingdom, there are meat eaters, carnivores, fructarians, vegetarians, omnivores. There are different types. You need to honor and respect what yours is, and I'm really grateful to hear that you've done that, because it's really important that you recognize that. Let's correct this. There we go. Thank you for that question, by the way, Judy. Really appreciate it. Danielle is asking, my Italian friend Nerina experienced an unfamiliar fragrance in a half-sleep state from an entity whose presence she felt was very comfortable with. Who was it, and what is the message? If I tune into it at the moment, I'm getting a very strong feminine energy. It's a very strong feminine energy, not a masculine energy. I'm not getting a specific name. I'm just getting it's a very strong feminine energy. And this is about her connecting to her feminine energy more intimately, honoring her femininity. That's just what they're telling me, that this being is trying to communicate and understand that she needs to honor her femininity more fully and completely, right? Do that. Hi. Amen. For sure. Thank you so much. Thank you. There we go. Well, everybody, it's been a really wonderful morning. There's so much more to happen. Again, if you've enjoyed any of the content, remember to like, subscribe, give it a thumbs up, follow me. For those of you that are on TikTok, if you want to, there's over 1,500 different channelings on my YouTube channel. If you want to go to my YouTube channel, William Michael Forbes, and you'll find 1,500 different channelings that have been done over the last 7 years from many different beings, from many different dimensions, that have come here to assist humanity in restoring itself to the function of love and grace, as opposed to the function of fear and power and control. And remember, Masterclass 101 Awakening begins next Saturday, not this Saturday, the following Saturday. So you still have time to register. It's a 3-week program. It will give you an opportunity to connect to your guides, your angels. It will give you an opportunity to improve your health, change your mind, increase your clarity, and generally make your life better overall. I want to wish you all much love. I look forward to seeing you guys on the Monday edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul. For those of you on TikTok, I'm going to be seeing you again this evening at around 7 p.m. So I'll look forward to seeing you guys there, and we'll take it from there. Much love, everybody. Have yourselves a wonderful and a joyful day, and I will see you all. Those of you on YouTube, I'll see you on Monday for sure on the Shortcuts for Your Soul. But on TikTok, I'll see you guys in the evening tonight at 7 p.m. How do I pick up on spirit on social media? Again, if you want to know more, you can go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com. If you want to book a reading with me and get some detail on that, you can do that too. Much love, everybody. Bye for now.